This the one right here.
Yeah. Feel like a brand new bag, I'm up in funds today. I got a brand new pack, I'm feeling lunch today. Step in a bit, my session going up today. And I keep feeling great, I got time to waste. Ooh, fuck with me, baby, I'm feeling wasted. I pray on payments, ooh. He got that paper and my attention. I sit and listen. It's going up, going up. I like that boy cause he put money in my cup. I told him that I'm about to bag, he said what's up. Oh, I'm too early, yeah, she know that I'm the one. Cause I do what
Yo, what's poppin' with it? It's your boy Big Rap, man. PDX Radio Special Presentation, man. I got a special guest in the building with me today. Why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself and let the world know who you are.
My name is DYLI, and I am an independent artist from Stockton, California, and I like to make music for fun. So,
Come
yeah.
on. Stockton, stand the fuck up. Look, check it out. So, DYLI, you're born and raised in Stockton.
Mm-hmm.
Your parents own a local bar in Northern California where your songs are played frequently. How cool is that?
It's crazy. It's amazing. The bar is called Ollie's, and they've owned it like basically my whole life.
Wait a minute. Your parents own Ollie's?
Yeah.
Stop it.
They do. Shout out Ollie's. That's also I work there now too. So I bartend at Ollie's, and yeah. So it's crazy though, especially now, like working there and making music as well, hearing my music. We have DJs on the weekends. DJs will remix my music, play it for the people on Friday, Saturday night. It's wild, especially when I'm there. Like I'm there making your drinks, and people don't know. So I'm making drinks like, they're playing my music. It's crazy. It's wild. It's wild.
That's super fresh. Now, you released your first song when you were 13?
Yes, I did.
What was the name of that song?
The song was called Fake Kisses. And oh my gosh, looking back at it, it's so it makes me cringe, because I was a kid, and I didn't even really write that song, but it was a really, really cool. If it never happened, I can look back at it and cringe, but if it never happened, I wouldn't be making music still to this day, especially where I'm at now. Like I really learned a lot from that. So yeah, wild times though, wild times.
You also performed at South by Southwest in 2019.
I did.
How did that come about?
Gosh, I think South by reached out. Well, it was Spirit Airlines. Okay, it was their stage, and they reached out for me to perform there. And oh my gosh, it was crazy. It was I was still in school at the time, so for the preparation, I went to school Monday through Friday. Friday after school, every week for like 6 weeks, my dad and I would fly out to LA, and we would be with my producer at the time and my MD, Fabian. Shout out him because we're still like this. We would rehearse for 6 to 8 hours a day over the weekend. I'd come back, go to school, do it all again. So we put in a shit ton of preparation for it. I had in-ears, I had like choreography for like stage position, what I'm gonna say, when I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
We get to South by, I'm getting ready to go on stage. I'm up there doing my show, and I'm not gonna lie to you, it was a shit show. My in-ears stopped working. The little, the stage manager guy, he's like, we got to cut the set. You can only do this many songs. I couldn't hear myself. Oh my gosh. That was the only time I got off stage. I walked away, literally bawled my eyes out. I was like, that was horrible. I sounded bad. But I wouldn't change it for the world. Like the experience in itself was.
Oh yeah.
It was amazing.
I know that had to be a crazy, crazy experience.
Yeah, it was wild. And it's not like I was performing in front of a huge crowd or anything, but we had put in so much work, and it was such a big deal, and for it to not go perfectly to plan, my first experience with that too, especially a show that we put so much behind. I was heartbroken. I was so embarrassed, but I made a lot of connections at South by throughout that weekend, and you know, met producers. That's how I met Davy on Canada. That's how I met Mac, and we did my like one of my first EPs with him. So a lot of good came from it, but every time I think about it, it's like PTSD. Like, oh my gosh, that show.
Now, what do you think you learned from that experience?
To honestly, to learn to take a deep breath. I had very, very high expectations for the way it was going to go. And, working with Fabian and working with these people who've been to South by and done shows with other artists at South by, they all told me, keep in mind that it's a festival and it's a lot and it's probably not going to go as planned.
Yeah.
In the back of my mind, I thought, there's no way that can happen.
Now,
But it really did. It taught me a lot, and it taught me to be more like, not to overthink it so much, because I feel like I was
yeah,
overthinking a lot on stage, and that kind of made it worse for myself when like me now at an older age coming from that experience, I would learn to be, less embarrassed and just be more open. Like I would have no problem telling it, like I can't hear myself, or like this isn't really how it's supposed to go, and being
yeah.
more okay with things not going exactly as planned.
Oh yeah. Now, your music blends pop, R&B, and hip hop with a personal twist. Who are
Mhm.
some of your biggest influences across those genres?
I listen to everything pretty much. I haven't really gotten into like heavy metal, but I try to take inspiration from everything that I listen to.
Hmm.
Pop, rap, R&B, jazz, alternative. In this genre right now, I take a lot of influence from SZA and Doja Cat.
Okay.
Love Doja. Um, as far as like, you know, lyrically or like, having a particular sound or a feeling behind a song. But like I said, like I could be listening to like an artist like Sabrina Carpenter or Amelia Moore, and it's like, oh, I can't sing like that, but I like that. I like the cadence in her voice, or I like the inflections that this artist does. So I really do like every time I listen to music, I really do like internally, I'll pick it apart and note the things that I like and try and like, oh, how can I kind of mix that into something that I'm working on?
Now, do you write more from experience or do you write more from like imagination?
Um, Definitely. That's hard. I'd say both. Um, I try to write a lot from experience. If something significant happens, then the first thought in my head is like, oh, this is gonna make a good song. But
Hell yeah.
like, if life is, sometimes life's a little dry, nothing too crazy,
Yeah.
then it'll be more imagination. Or what I've actually started doing too, which I feel like was a big turning point for me as far as writing, is writing from other people's perspectives. So like
Yeah.
I hear a story, or like my friend went through like this breakup, or my sister had this going on, and it's like, oh, I'll write about that, like kind of from their perspective, how I would feel in that situation. And
Yeah. Now, speaking of your writing process, now
mhm.
when you're creating a track, do you start with the beat? Or do you start with a melody, or do you start with just writing your lyrics first?
9 times out of 10, we start with a beat.
Okay.
Um, yeah, we'll hear the track, uh, get into the booth, and then lay down like a mumble track, which is always super awkward, but it's just like trying to find a flow or a melody.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and then after that, we'll, comp it, put it together, pick out the parts that we like, and we basically build an entire song from the mumble track.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll usually go like, 4 bars at a time and then add lyrics. And then we'll change things where we need to. But
Yeah.
yeah, nine
That's
times out of 10, we start with a beat. There have been a few times too when I will think of, a hook or a verse or something, and I'll find a beat. I'll go through beats or YouTube beats or whatever and put, like, what's the vibe that I want to carry through this song. then I'll tap in with my producer and be like, hey, I need you to make something like this, and then this is my idea, so we'll go from there.
Do you like writing better with yourself, or do you like better writing in groups or with other people?
I don't really mind. I mean, pretty much I never write by myself because Callan, my sister, and I, like,
Yeah,
we write everything together.
that's
Her music, my
that's what you
music,
told me.
collab music.
That's what you
Yeah.
told me.
Yeah. So yeah, she did. And she said, like, if you go through our songs and you go to the bottom, the writing credit always has both of our names on it because we
Yeah,
always write together. Um, for a long time, it was just her and I. Recently, we have worked with, a few different writers, and I love that. I think it's really good to put, different creative minds together because I hear something that, like you don't hear, you're going to hear something, and I'm going to be like, oh, I didn't think about that.
yeah,
So I don't mind that at all. I definitely am more of I've realized that I don't like a lot of people when I'm writing or recording or anything. I think it can get a little bit distracting, but
and now that's
um,
understandable.
yeah,
That's very
yeah,
understandable. Now,
I,
your lyrics are very raw, like a diary. You know what I mean?
yeah,
How do you balance vulnerability with privacy?
that was difficult for me. And then I hit a point where I just kind of stopped caring.
Yeah,
Um, I don't think I really have a song that I get too deep into it
yeah,
to where I feel like, oh, this is gonna be weird to talk about, but I mean, I have music where there's a lyric or, maybe I'm throwing a little shade to somebody I know personally. And it's like, at first I would be like, oh, that's weird. Like, I don't know. I don't want anyone to think. Now I don't care. It's like if the shoe fits, you know what I'm saying? And
right,
I've just
right.
gotten, yeah, it's like, this is me. And if this is really like, if this is what I want to do, this is what I want my career to be, then I gotta be somewhat okay with just putting it all out there. So,
Now,
yeah.
being from my home area and
Hmm.
being an independent artist from out there, uh, what do you want the world to know about the NorCal music scene?
It's different. And I'm biased, right? Well, I guess we'd both be biased,
Right,
but I feel like nothing compares to it.
right.
I think a lot of people look at, NorCal music and actually, you know what? No, I feel like I've had a lot of experiences with people who aren't from California or not even from like the US that, where are you from? I'm from California. Oh, do you see a lot of celebrities? You're from LA, this, that, and the third. Everybody thinks the music scene is LA,
Yeah,
which, yes, but NorCal has so much to offer in the music scene and like the cultural impact, everything NorCal has going on. I feel like people don't recognize that
yeah.
when unless you know. It's like a if you know you know kind of thing. But so much, literally has so much to offer. And it's not just LA. Like,
Now, if you could perform at any venue, anywhere in the United States or in the world for that matter, where would you want to perform?
any venue.
Any venue.
I don't know if I have an answer to that, honestly.
Not a Coachella, not a Rolling. You can do a Rolling Loud. You could do a
You know,
Woodstock. Uh,
Camp Flogna would be, I
now
feel like
that
that would be fun.
that's what I'm talking about. I
Yeah.
know. I know that would be dope. He does that. He's got like a residency at the Staples Center, right?
Yeah, I believe so,
Or the
yeah.
Crypto Center, whatever it's called now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Camp
dope.
Flogna would be fire, for sure.
That would be crazy. 'Cause I know those Tyler crowds just go wild.
Yeah, exactly.
They definitely go
Exactly.
wild.
So
Now,
that would be, yeah.
where do we see Dilly in the next 5 years?
Hopefully still doing what I'm doing. I mean, I love writing. I would love, love, love to write more, write more for other artists, movies, commercials, whatever. And continuing to put out music, I really do want to get to a point where it's like more being more of a 5 years isn't that long. So I don't want to say like household name. Everybody knows DYLI, right? Because I also don't want to jinx myself. Is that ideal? Yeah, that's 100% ideal. But I just want to keep working and keep my foot in the door and just accept the opportunities that present themselves. And then hopefully, if I navigate that correctly, we'll get closer to that goal of being a household name.
Now, I want to know, what do you want the fans to take away from your music?
I've thought about this question actually a lot, and I would say that the biggest thing is like relatability. Not all my music, I have some songs, like I said, here and there that, cut a little deeper. But especially recently, a lot of my music has just been like chill, fun, like party, good times. And however you may take that, I want to, be related to. You hear that and it's like, oh, I like that. This reminds me of the time when whatever. No matter what the song is about, right? Because at the end of the day, I could put out albums worth of music that's about me or like an original experience or whatever. But if no one can relate to that, then why would anyone really care?
Right.
So, yeah.
Well, the next question is a two-part question.
Okay.
So the first one is more so of a self question. The second one is you'll get it here. If you could give any advice to 13-year-old DYLI who released their first song, what kind of advice would you give 13-year-old DYLI right now? With everything that you've been through.
I would tell 13-year-old DYLI to stop overthinking it. Stop being so worried about what other people are going to think, how they're going to perceive you. Yeah. Is this good enough? What do your peers think? Because I spent a lot of time worrying about that. And I feel like that held me back. I mean, I was young, right? But that still held me back on like a creative level of trying to be like such a stickler of like, how can I be like perfect in a sense in this lane that I was in. So I would just tell her to fucking relax, because you're doing way too much about it. So yeah.
Now, second part to that question, if you can give any advice to a young artist watching this video right now that could be inspired by this exact story, what kind of advice would you give them?
Okay. It would be, this is cliche, right? Saying stay true to yourself is cliche.
Right. So
I want to preface it with that, but also accept the sacrifices that you have to make to better yourself. There were plenty of times, and I mean, I'm not anybody crazy, right? But there were plenty of times where, I had a hard time accepting the fact that, oh, maybe I can't do that, or I can't say that right now, or we have to do this in order to, present yourself properly to this person. That is a very difficult thing, but it's those everybody in every, job, workplace, whatever, you have to make sacrifices. And I feel like it's very important to accept the sacrifices that you have to make in order to take a step forward. But to that point, stand on what you believe for sure. Because there were also plenty of times where if I could go back, I would say, no, I'm not doing that, because that's not me. That's not who I am. That's not what I want to be about. So I guess the gist of that is just, understanding, like creating balance, creating boundaries for yourself, but also being okay with, okay, I'm going to put this on the back burner in order to move forward, so that when you get to that point, you're a top dog. Like you're going to do whatever, you're going to say whatever, and they're going to abide by that. So,
yep.
Yeah.
Now, we got a song we're going to play here. It's an exclusive song. It's definitely going to be a premiere here, called Friend for You.
Friend for You.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about that song before we play it.
Friend for You, it was a really fun song to create. Same thing, like I heard the beat, I started off with it, and the first thing was like, he's so corny, give that man a Frito. And I was like, in my head, I was like, that's hella dumb. But then I was like, wait, I kind of like it. So that kind of was the start of Friend For You. It built the song and it really set the tone for like, okay, this is going to be a fun little, like, you know, kind of corny, a lot of attitude behind it. And yeah, we went from there. And then of course have to shout out Callan again because she has the harmonies on the hook and that brought
Okay.
everything together. So yeah.
You want to go ahead and introduce your song?
This is Friend For You by me, DYLI.
You go.
Yeah. You are listening to my favorite DJ, DJ Rappy On The Beat.
PDX Radio World Premiere.
Corny, get that man a Frito. Got a bad little bitch, but she answering to me though. Feeling cold-hearted, but I'm heat though. Had to drop that boy, cause he's lowering my elo. I've been keeping tabs like I'm tripping in this bitch. Gave him 20 of the cut, like I'm tipping in this bitch. Let me hit my sissy, bout to throw another fit. Gotta keep it on the low, cause if I trip, the shit gon' trip. He hit my phone just to ask me if I'm coming through. I told him, boy, don't trip, I'll be there until. You'll probably catch me in the back, chillin' with my boo. But it's all love, babe, I brought a friend for you. 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 Yeah, I brought a friend. I brought a friend for you. I brought a friend for you. I said it's all love, babe, I'll be there until. Yeah, I'll be there until. I'll be there until. I said it's all love, babe, I brought a friend for you. I brought a friend for you. I brought a friend for you. I said it's all love, babe, I brought a. He like playing games, put me in, I'm going D1. Let him get his bag, then direct him like I'm Steven. I'm really wanting more, but I promise I have eaten. I don't got no shame about it, cause I know I'm on one. Baby, I am on. I think that I like him, so I put him in a song. Said she wanna smoke, so I pass that bitch a bum. I don't really toke, but right now I'm hella on. He hit my phone just to ask me if I'm coming through. I told him, boy, don't trip, I'll be there until. You'll probably catch me in the back, chillin' with my boo. But it's all love, babe, I brought a friend for you. 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 Yeah, I brought a friend. I brought a friend for you. I brought a friend for you. I said it's all love, babe, I'll be there until. Yeah, I'll be there until.
Yo, that's crazy.
I said it's all love, babe, I brought a friend for you. I brought a friend for you. I brought a friend for you. I said it's all love, babe, I brought a. She's so corny, get that man a Frito. Got a bad little bitch, but she answering to me though. Feeling cold-hearted, but I'm heat though. Had to drop that boy, cause he's lowering my elo. I've been keeping tabs like I'm tripping in this bitch. Feeling bougie when I step, London tipping in this bitch. Let me hit my shit, she bout to throw another fit. Gotta keep it on the low, cause if I trip, this shit gon' trip.
What the fuck?
If I trip, then she gon' trip. Had to keep it on the low, cause if I trip, then she gon' trip.
Yo.
If I trip, then she gon' trip. Had to keep it on the low, cause if I trip, then she gon' trip.
Yo. DYLI, stop playing with him, man. Stop playing with him, DYLI. Straight up. Straight up. Stop playing with him, DYLI.
Let's go.
I need 16 more tracks like that.
Okay, I got you. On the way.
Album.
On the way for sure,
Whole album just like that.
For sure.
Look, and this is my honest opinion. This is my honest opinion. When I hear songs like that, I automatically think reality show. I automatically think movies. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I brought a friend for you. That's perfect for a scene of Real Housewives or some shit where they went and brought a friend for somebody on a date or something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I see sync licensing opportunities with songs like that. Like, I want you to really continue to pursue your dreams and you know, do things like that. Like, I see that in your future. Like,
I appreciate that. Thank you.
That'll be big for you. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
I want to hear you on Netflix. The next time we talk, I want to hear about you having a song on Netflix or Hulu or being in a motion picture. You know what I'm saying? I really wish that for y'all. Cause
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
you're definitely talented, and you definitely come from a very talented family.
Thank you
Obviously.
so much.
And you and your sister, man, you guys are a powerhouse. You're
We
definitely
try.
you're definitely a powerhouse, and you guys picked the right kind of beats for your
Thank
songs.
you. Thank you.
That's my honest review. I have nothing negative to say about that. That shit's a bop, and
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I see how you where you see you get your influences and inspirations and things like that.
Hmm.
Perfect.
Thank you.
You're doing an excellent job.
Thank you.
You definitely deserve your flowers, for real.
I appreciate that. I seriously appreciate that. Thank you.
Tell the people where they can find you at, man.
I am DYLI, DYLI. Instagram, all my social media handles are the same, DYLI. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. All my music is on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, SoundCloud. Yeah, all streaming platforms. Also under DYLI, DYLI.
Man, Dilly, I appreciate you for coming out and rocking with me and doing this interview. We definitely gonna do a follow up. I
For sure.
already got it lined up with your pops, man. We bring y'all out here to the
I
PDX
like it.
scene. We're gonna have you perform
Yes.
live and do an in-person interview, man. We're gonna make it happen. I can't wait to meet you guys, man. Like for real, for real.
Likewise. Same here.
Man, thank you again. I'm Big Rap. Did I put no wrong way? That's Dilly. Excuse me. Here we out this motherfucker. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dilly, stick around for a second.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. He's so corny, get that man a Frito. Got a bad little bitch, but she answering to me though. Feeling cold-hearted, but I'm heat though. Had to drop that boy, cause he's lowering my elo.